Hey guys, Sarah Ayler and Kristen Fagan here, and we are ready for the Great Bead Extravaganza.
Hey everyone. Oh, that was so much fun to do the countdown.
All thanks to Miss Kate Richburg. We saw her countdown earlier and we were a little jealous. So we decided we needed a fancy countdown too.
It's the little things in life, right?
Right. Yeah. It reminds me a little of 4th of July, like fireworks. So we're excited. I'm Sarah Ayler. This is Kristen Fagan. We are from softflexcompany.com. And we are longtime workers and friends at Softflex. Both of us near 20 years or a little over 20 years. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
And look, we still look so young.
I know.
We must have,
it must be all the beating. It's all the creative energy. Keeps us young.
That is it. That is it for sure. Aloha. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad you guys are here. I hope you've been having a great time this morning at the Great Bead Extravaganza. We saw the wonderful Allegory Gallery, Candy Cooper, Kate Richburg, of course, Jill McKay, all great presentations. I wanted to note that I saw a message that Andrew posted into the group late last night. And it was just the most beautiful message I've read in a long time, which says a lot because Andrew posts a lot of beautiful messages.
I was just going to say, everybody, if you haven't read Andrew's post, he has a wonderful way with words. He is a poet with his messages for sure.
And I wanted to note that I read many of the comments that you guys left after his message about how the Great Bead Extravaganza has affected your life and how you feel about it. And it was just really, really beautiful to see. And I wanted to thank each of you that took time to read his post and then also to comment back. It was very eloquent. And he's typically eloquent with words, but I think this specific post really hit home for me because the Great Bead Extravaganza is so special and personal for me too. So it was really, really wonderful. So thank you for that, Andrew. And then thank you to all of you who are contributing to this beautiful community that we're growing, because that's really what it is not just the presenters, but then all of you are part of our community too. And oh, so important. So thank you 100%. For being here. And we're excited. We've got quite a few things going on this weekend that we want to share with you. The very first thing I want to talk about is Customer Appreciation Week. We have never had a Customer Appreciation Week. We try to appreciate our customers all throughout the year with little gifts and, thoughtful messages and things of that sort. But we wanted to do one big shebang this year. And so in our Facebook group, I think it's called the VIB Studio, Softflex VIB Studio Facebook group. There's the name. We are going to have a week of tutorials. It's going to be 3 tutorials a day for 5 days straight, the very last week of July. And we will be working with multiple different companies who will launch kits in just 2 weeks. I think it's June 23rd. All the kits are supposed to launch. And it's going to be a huge variety of ways to use Softflex beading wire and craft wire. And so we're really excited about it. All you need to do is go join our group, and then you can participate in Customer Appreciation Week with us over there and learn a lot about Softflex throughout the week. What do you think about
that? Be a ton. That is going to be a ton of fun. For those of you already in our group, you know that there is always lots of sharing going on and lots of tips and wonderful designs and really helping each other out. And we're just really excited to bring a new influx of content and fun into that group and highlight some wonderful people along the way that will bring you guys some new inspiration, something that Sarah and I probably don't do or haven't known about to use our products. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's going to be 9 companies, including Softflex, doing tutorials. So it's going to be a wide assortment of different kinds of tutorials, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you join our group, and we will be posting details about the kits and everything to do with Customer Appreciation Week as we move closer and closer to those dates. We also have some good sales this week. We've got a really great sale. Let me flip over to my hand camera here. We've got a really, really great sale with these gorgeous crystals. These are 12 millimeter vintage check crystals with an 80 finish. We've got these for a really great price from our check dealer. And so we're passing along our savings by giving them away free with any purchase of a trio. We did this last month for my birthday as well, but we just got a really big shipment of them. And so we wanted to offer that same deal again. So any of our Softflex trios, just buy one, you get a free strand. And if you buy two, you get 2 free strands, all the way up to as many as you want. There's no limitation on it. But they're really pretty. I'm going to use them today in my demonstration. So don't miss out on that deal. That is available while supplies last. And yeah, they're really, really pretty.
I will say both of our offers that we're going to share today, they end on Tuesday, June 15th. And this one in particular with the crystal beads is while supplies last, since that's sort of, if we run out of them, then we're all done. But we have another offer for you that Sarah will share as well. And both of them are good until Tuesday, June 15th.
Yeah, so our other offer is we are doing a tier level discount. So if you spend over $49 at softflexcompany.com, you're going to get 10% off through Tuesday. If you spend over $69, you'll get 15% off. And if you spend over $99, you will get 20% off your order. That includes the free crystals. You can get both deals in the same order. So that's really good. Also, we always do free shipping in the US over orders over $49. So some really fantastic deals. If you stack them up, it's really, I was even telling Kristen before it started, if they stack these deals, it could be a really good deal. Like, I don't know.
Like, wait a minute. What did we do? But
yeah, everything's automatic. No coupon codes needed. You just go and it'll happen in your shopping cart. So you go over the $49, put the trios in your basket, and you'll go to the shopping cart and you'll see the free crystals there. You'll see the discount. It all just happens with no special extras that you have to do on your own. So that's all at softflexcompany.com. Now that we've got that out of the way, Kristen is going to show us the Lakeside design kit that many of you already purchased. And so she's going to reveal what's in the kit.
We do have someone that's asking, Debbie is asking, where do I find the inspirational post that you mentioned by Andrew earlier? It is in the Great Bead Extravaganza. You're just going to have to look in the discussion area. It's probably moved down a little bit since every time a new presenter comes on, it's going to bump that down a little. But I'm sure if people keep commenting, it'll kind of come back to the top. So just check out the discussion area in the Great Bead Extravaganza to find that post.
Right after this video, I will go comment on it so that it bumps it back to the top so all of you can find it after the video. It's a 15-minute window before Nile starts right after us, okay?
Perfect. All right, perfect. Good plan. All right, so for those of you that got the Lakeside kit with me, I'm gonna be working on a project with this kit. It's currently sold out. We don't have any more at softflexcompany.com, but it is a good example of what some of our mystery design kits look like. And this one is fashioned on Milwaukee Bay because this area right here that's the Milwaukee Art Museum, beautiful museum, someplace I like to visit whenever I would go to the Bead and Button Show, which used to be a kickoff for the summer bead show season. And so that was our inspiration, was to think about Milwaukee and specifically the lake. And we've got all of these luscious colors that came in this kit. So much fun. So our kits come wrapped like a little present each time, which is really nice. They give you a little hint of the colors inside by the tissue and stuff that we use. Since they are mystery kits, we don't want to give it all away, but that could be a little hint for what's inside. So Stephanie is saying for some reason she can't see her comments. I know there's like an issue going on with Facebook and that comments are going missing or having a hard time seeing them. It's just something that's been going on for a week or so. If you need to pop out of the app or out of the browser and refresh, that may be a way for you to see your comments again.
Also, no, we are seeing your comments. So just like Kristen read it, yeah, we're seeing your comments just fine on our end using our software. So if you're worried about us seeing them, we are seeing them.
So we got Tony here with us, and she is at her beadboard working with her Lakeside kit as well. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, and most of my beads have already been taken out because I've been playing with it. So I will give you a look at what's in the package and then also what's all over my table. So each of our mystery kits will come with some beading wire. This is a 10-foot spool of our medium 0.019 dark blue lapis. Such a gorgeous color. And let me just put my light on here. See if I can get a little more light on my table. Ooh. There we go. Oh, such a pretty color. One of my absolute favorites, and just really feels like that deep ocean or that deep lake, you know, that nice dark blue. So this is 10 feet of dark blue lapis Softlex medium. You will get on this particular kit, you got a large check glass bead mix in these beautiful blue, greens, and clear color tones. So this is what's left in my bag after the project we're working on today. And this is what I've already pulled out and put together. All of this.
You already used a lot of beads.
I used a ton of beads. All of these. All of these.
Oh my gosh.
All of these.
Wow.
So yeah, so you can see. So this was a really hefty, large check glass bead mix. And I've got a really fun combination of clears and greens with a little bit of blue left for something else. You also, in this kit, got a lovely strand of these check glass leaves, and they're like such a pretty, beautiful blue with a nice curved surface, and I used a lot of them already on my strand, as you can see here.
I love those.
They are my favorite. I knew for sure that these were going in the design somehow, no matter what.
Yeah.
So these are my leftovers for something else. And then you got 4 strands. These are my little leftovers for that too. But you got 4 strands of these 3x5 millimeter rondelles in the blue, an olivine green, a lighter peridot, and this sort of bright green here. And I'll just show you this part of the necklace design. This is how I am using them to make these little bars in the necklace here. So you've got full, well, I shouldn't say full, but they were a strand of each of these, and this is just a portion of them. And lastly, for the beads anyway, you got this wonderful strand of aventurine, which these are 8, you know, these are smaller than 8. What size are these? Well, maybe they are. They say 8 millimeter green aventurine coin beads. This was such a pretty strand. So you'll see I've used them in the necklace design here. Oh, these colors are just so my jam. I was having an immense amount of fun putting this little project together.
And then I should note, both Kristen and I will continue to use this kit next week. So if you tune in to Kristen's show on Monday at 2 p.m. on the Softworks Company Facebook page or YouTube, you'll find her using more beads from this kit. As you can see, she has plenty.
I do.
And then you'll see me next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, also using this kit once again. So often when we have a kit, it's not just one tutorial, it's many, because there's so many beads in the kit.
Right. So you'll get quite a few things of inspiration from us, and then our VIB studio group members are always posting what they make with the kits as well. So you get a ton of inspiration from what they're putting together. So it's always really great. So findings, we've got some 2x2 millimeter sterling silver Softlex crimp tubes, which are excellent quality. They are double the thickness of most on the market and seamless, and you'll always get crimps with your kit. We also got these really pretty silver head pins with the ball on the end, some ear wires, and a clasp, as well as some great findings from Tiara Cast. So you'll see I use those head pins here for these little dangles. So pretty. This gorgeous ring from our friends over at Tiara Cast, and these great charms to round out our little lakeside theme. I just want to go on a boat now that I've got all of this to wear.
At least on vacation period would be really, really
yeah, just anywhere where I could relax, right?
So let's tell them just real quick, let's tell them if they have the kit, what they need to do with it now in order to win a free kit.
Okay, so do we put this on the postcard? Let me see. No, we didn't.
Because we thought the postcard might go out with other orders too, I think.
Yeah. So usually the way when you get a kit from us, you would use a hashtag and share your designs in the VIB group. And right now what you're seeing is renewal. A lot of people are using the renewal kit and they're using the renewal hashtag. And when you share one of your designs, they get put into a pool, and then we choose a winner for winning a future kit. And it has nothing to do with the type of designs you're creating, so we're not judging them in any way. We just want you to be creating and to share your creations, to inspire each other. And so it's just a wonderful way to keep the community in the Softlex VIB studio group going. And so this is the Lakeside kit, and I guess we can do like Lakeside could be our hashtag.
Okay, hashtag Lakeside, and you get 1 month. Let's just do 1 month from today to post as many designs as you want to make from this kit, mostly using things from the kit, but you can mix in things from your own stash too. And at the end of the month, we will give you an entry for every single design that you showed us from the kit, and then we'll pick a winner for our next kit that will be coming out in just a few weeks after that. So today is June 12th. So you have until July 12th.
Right. And this is going on in the Softlex VIB Studio Facebook group. So that's where you will join that, that little challenge. So Sarah, do you want to take it away?
See what you guys are going to make. It's going to be really exciting. So Kristen's going to get all set up. And in the meantime, I am going to show you my bracelet that I made. And I'm just going to do a quick check on time. Okay, we're 20 minutes in, Kristen. Because Kristen and I can talk for,
I know. We got to be careful. I'm going to... We have someone in there asking if you can still get the mix that's in this kit. You cannot. This is totally sold out. However, we did introduce a new Great Bead Extravaganza summer vacation category in the shopping section, which has a lot of the colors in this kit. So Sarah's going to share with us some new things that we added there. So if you like these colors, you can find them.
So starting off, we do have a new kit available right now. All of our kits are similar in that they will have beads and findings and wire and everything you need to make jewelry right from the kit. Even if you're a beginner, you just need some basic tools in addition to the kit. So this is our Be Kind. You can find it on the website now. We still have a supply left, but they are going quickly. And we will be revealing this on the last Wednesday of June. It's usually at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So if you missed the Lakeside kit, we are sold out of those, but we did add a whole section, 12 products into what we're calling our summer vacation collection. And so these are all items that will work well with that Lakeside kit or can be used separately. And one of the items that we added is our very own Lakeside Trio. And even though it's a brand new trio, you can still get that really great deal with the vintage crystals with this trio too. And that includes the dark blue, the turquoise, and the fluorite. And I'm going to use some of those colors today in my demonstration. We also added some really great 14 or 13 millimeter check beads that are just to die for. Some beautiful flowers, check flowers in like a tulip shape. We've got some really great double pyramid beads in 3 different colors. These spikes I just used on Wednesday, and they are super fun. It is a curved spike in just a really soft, almost peridot color. Really, really pretty. And it's a longer strand than what I'm showing here because I used a bunch of them for earrings on a Instagram reel, and then I made a necklace on YouTube and Facebook. We also added, and I'm like super excited about this, carrier beads. So last year, 2 years ago, people went kind of wild over these carrier beads because you can peyote stitch over the top of them. I'm not much of a bead weaver, so I kind of ignored it at the time. But I was thinking about it when I was looking at them the other day, a few weeks ago before I brought them in. And I was thinking, oh, there's probably a lot of fun stringing things we can do because it's a 2-hole bead. It's kind of a bigger bead than we normally would use. And so I decided to bring them in these 6 colors. I'm going to use 3 of these colors today. I did a little VIB poll. If you're in our VIB group, you probably saw it and maybe even voted on what color to use today. And it was very close, but purple won out. And the wire color that people chose to match with the purple was the turquoise, which I was so surprised about. I was thinking of doing the purple with the dark blue. So I'm really excited also to see how this is going to all work together for my bracelet design. So here's what we're making today. Oh, these succulents are new in our summer collection too. Those are from Tierra Cast. So here is what we're making today. This is my sample. I used the fluorite colored beading wire with the turquoise carrier bead, some of those gorgeous crystals. I popped in a few Tierra Cast spacer beads, and then I finished it off with a Tierra Cast clasp that you can find on our website. So to get started, I'm going to get a healthy dose of my turquoise wire. I'm going to say, like, just to be careful, I'm going to do 2.5 feet. You probably don't need this much. It's probably overkill. Okay. I'm going to take my, let's see if I can scoot in here. Let me scooch it towards me a little bit so I can see better. Okay, so I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to string my clasp first, and I'm going to center it onto my wire. I'm going to grab a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube. So someone was asking me about crimp tubes. I think it was on Instagram last night. And I said, I'm going to talk all about crimp tubes today in the GBE group. So let me tell you about these crimp tubes. They come in 4 different metal types. This is the gold filled. They also come in sterling, sterling oxidized, which is like a black finish, and then copper. But Softflex works with a manufacturer to make these thicker and stronger than many on the market. They're solid tubes with no seam, and they're just a little bit thicker in their wall, which makes them just really strong, very, very sturdy. So it's really important to have a good quality crimp for your design if you want everything to hold together. The crimp is typically the last thing that kind of pulls it all together. And even though it's small, it's really, really important. So make sure you're getting good quality crimps, and you can definitely pick those up from us at Softflex. So I've got my 2x2 crimp. I'm right in the center of my wire. I'm going to pick up my magical crimpers, which has a little divot on each side. And I'm going to center that tube inside of those crimping pliers and compress. That's going to create what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli. And then I'm going to turn it on its side. There should be a drinking game for every time I say ravioli. It sounds like a good lakeside drinking game. Oh, she made a ravioli again.
Keep yourselves hydrated.
Drink up. So I'm just spinning it and compressing it, and I'm taking that tube and making it a little round bead.
Beautiful.
Next, I'm going to say that again, Chris.
I said beautiful. And I just want to let you guys know, if you're looking for the magical crimping pliers at softflexcompany.com, we are stocked in our ergonomic handle ones at the moment. So we have those for you.
And then I'm going to take one wire and I'm going to string it through one direction. I was having a little difficulty on some of the carrier beads getting the wire to go through twice. So we'll see. Hopefully it will be pretty easy today, but when you start a new bead, it's always hard to tell if it's going to be a tricky one or not. So here's my trick to making it work. If you're having a hard time, get your chain nose plier and just kind of edge it inside. And this will work on any bead where you're having trouble getting it through. You see how it's like peeking through on the other end now? I'm going to give it one more little shove, and then I can take my chain nose and grab that little edge and pull it through. So it's a snug fit.
Nice tip. That's a very good tip. That's one I use a lot too when I'm trying to get wire through a tight space.
Yeah. And then you want to just kind of cinch it down all the way to the bead, kind of evening it out on both sides so it's nice and even. And then all you're going to keep doing is you're just going to go back and forth through your beads. So I'm going one direction and then the other, and it creates a really, really cool shape. I'm not going to make you watch me string this whole thing. So I have another one that I am going to show you.
Our friend Kay is here, and she said these are her favorite colors, the purple and the turquoise.
Oh, do you like that? Yeah, they picked that on the VIB group, and it was totally off my radar. I was thinking dark blue and purple. Should I do the dark blue and the white? Should I do, like I was thinking a bunch of different options, but this one was not one I was thinking of, and I love it. It's great. It's really fun. So I also did the fluorite color with the dark turquoise.
Oh, I like that one.
Almost the whole way to the end. So basically where we were was we stitched in one way and then another. And then all I'm doing is crimping the two together to make a complete component. String a bead on, crimp, and then repeat. And the only change that I made was in the center, I put a little tiara cast metal bead. You could do that on every crystal if you wanted to add more metal. You could totally add more. This size, let's see, it's 4 carrier beads, 3 crystals. This size fits my wrist perfectly. I'm about a 6-inch wrist. So you may have to play with it if your wrist is a little bigger, add a few more beads, add a little more space for it to make sense for you. But I wanted to show you how to add the succulent at the end. And I want to make sure I can flip back to Kristen and give her enough time that she can show her design too. So yeah, let's flip ahead. Oh,
I want to just, I have someone asking a question. Deborah's asking about the carrier beads. How many do you get in the package? It doesn't look like, I
15.
know there's like a little, I'm sorry, what was that?
There's 15 per package.
15 per package. It looks like we need to probably add that to the description, but just so you guys know.
Yeah, if you choose a color on the carrier beads, it'll show you a picture of all 15. But I bet it is confusing if you're looking at the picture with all the colors. That is the parent picture for that. So yeah, 15 per package in all the colors for that price listed. Thank you for asking that. That was a great question. And now we know we have something we need to maybe take care of.
Yeah, that's very helpful to know when, when you're looking if you are ever confused with something, it'll just make that a little clearer.
Look at the fun of having flip-flopping, having the darker wire with the lighter bead and the lighter wire with the darker bead.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. Anyway, let me get going. I digress and then I get lost. So one way to add a charm to a bracelet is to just simply string it onto one of the wires. If I can pick one of them up, there we go. Just string it right onto the wire. You can use a jump ring if you want to. I like how it's just a real strong connection with just the tiara cast ring. And so I'm going to just string it right onto my wire. I'm going to grab another one of those 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes and string both wires.
Do we have any other succulent lovers in the group here? I know I'm a succulent lover for sure.
I love these succulents. We just added them to our website. So we have them in three metal types available. And then I'm just going to crimp on the other side. Do you see how it just kind of sits between those two wires? And then it'll hang right next to my clasp, but it'll be a really sturdy connection. I don't have to worry about it slipping or sliding off later. So I'm just going to go ahead and use those same magical crimpers to crimp it into place. So after the live show today, I will be heading over to Instagram and doing one of our Instagram reels, which is like a 30-second tutorial. I will do something from the Lakeside kit because I know a bunch of you purchased that. And, oh, I was actually supposed to attach my clasp there, but I'll just do it side by side. I got
lots of love for succulents coming, and we have someone saying I can't grow them to save my life, but the charms are cool. Well, that's what you can enjoy them in metal form instead, right?
Yeah. Also, we're going to have a special giveaway that we're going to announce at the very end of this video. So make sure you stick with us through the end so that we can give you some details about that. So if you do what I just did, I just crimped it and I wanted to attach my clasp, I'm just going to crimp right next to it. Because these little metal beads or little metal tubes look like beads once they're crimped, you'll see it doesn't really matter too much. And in fact, this might be a way to add just a little tiny bit more length if you want it. So I'm stringing onto just one wire with my toggle bar, and then I'm going to go back into my crimp tube and bring that down. So I want to make sure my loops on both sides are kind of similar in size. And also always make sure you can wiggle your clasp around. And then I'm just going to go in and crimp down my toggle bar. Same directions. And then I can just trim off that extra wire.
Fern is waiting to take a drink, Sarah. She said you didn't say ravioli.
Oh, ravioli. Make a ravioli. That's 3 drinks.
I have some nice peppermint tea here keeping me cool.
Oh, nice. So now I've got my little charm attached. You can see I've got a little double crimp there, but doesn't that look nice? And like I meant to do it in some way, shape, or form. No big deal. And then I've got my bracelet is all put together. with the charm hanging there, my nice clasp, and I've got it in other colors. So I'm going to finish it in the purple and the turquoise so we see what the completed look is. And I will also post that on our Instagram page after the live show today. So let's head over to Kristen, and hopefully I left you enough time, Chris.
Yeah, I think so. We'll make it work.
Okay, do your best.
Let's see.
Flip over to you. There you are.
Awesome. I'm back. Oh my gosh, I'm really cracking up with all of your succulent talk. You guys are watering fake succulents and you're killing cactus, and
oh my gosh.
Which is why succulent charms in metal are that much better, right? So I really just have a long strung necklace here that we're going to be working with. Let me show you what tools I have. I've got the precision strength flush cutters. I have my magical crimping pliers, so I can make my raviolis too. And we do have them in an ergonomic handle that you can get currently at softflexcompany.com. I have a pair of chain nose pliers, and you just need a pair of round nose pliers, or I'm using the multi-size step looping wire just so I was able to get like a consistent loop each time. So that's what I've got here for my tools. And of course, some bead stoppers. I've got bead stoppers all around. Can't not use those babies. And I'm going to show you first this really long strand of beads. So I cut 40 inches of my Sawflex medium 0.019 dark blue lapis, and you can find this in the Lakeside Trios if you love this color, along with the fluorite and the turquoise, and get those free crystal beads if you purchase one of these. You know, these are my favorite colors, and I said to Sarah, I couldn't believe we didn't have a Trios with this yet. I was shocked. I thought we already even had one. So I just absolutely love them together.
It's a great trio. It's really beautiful.
So pretty. Those are all my favorite colors. And add bone in there and maybe a copper and antique brass, and I'm like, I'd be totally set. So I've got our large bead stoppers on the end of the wire here. This is 40 inches of wire total. I didn't string the entire thing. I have probably about 10 or 12 inches left over here. And I did some color blocking. So I used those little rondelles that came in the kit as some spacers between these color blocking that I did. This is the aventurine. And then I moved into those gorgeous leaves, back to aventurine. And I just really played with like doing a couple of the same beads together when I had them. Those check glass bead mixes are always a random mix. We just scoop it out, and so you're always going to get different things. So this was a nice way to show you guys how you can complete a necklace like this, maybe with different shapes that came in your set, but just kind of blocking out the colors. So I had a lot of those bicones. Then I went to these fiery polish ones. And just continued like color blocking all the way. This is the back end of my necklace. So I used some clear at the end, and I'll just flip it so you guys can see it from this direction. So your pattern may be different than my pattern, but with this color blocking technique, you can just create something similar. And then these are our in the front here. I wanted them to be closer to the front of my design. So I'm just going to put that aside. Yeah, a few people are mentioning this. I'll just I wasn't going to say anything, but I'll just point it out. So we ran out of the dark blue lapis stickers when they were packaging up this kit. So they ended up putting the satin silver color one on there. And so you might just see the satin silver color on your label. And it's really the dark blue lapis color, just so you guys know which it is. So what I'm going to show you first is how to make these little bars. I really wanted to make these little bars a focal point of my necklace before I add the charms on the bottom. So I wanted to show you. So just like you can do this with craft wire, you can do this with soft flex beading wire. So I created a little loop on one end and crimped it. And then I strung on 8 of those tiny little rondelles. And here I did 3 different strands of them, starting with the dark green, the lighter green, and then the blue. And then you just add another crimp on the other side to create another loop. And now you've got yourself a little component. So you take your wire, go back down through that crimp tube, scooch your crimp down to your beads. And I like to use a chain nose plier here or the tip of my crimping pliers just to get my loops nice and small. And then when you're ready, you know, your only thing you have to think about here with your loops is making sure they're going the same way so that they're both gonna lay on your design properly, just like you would if you were using a craft wire. When you're ready to crimp, just gonna place your crimp tube, this is a 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tube I'm using, into the magical crimping pliers. Give it a nice squeeze. It'll create that pinched 4-corner ravioli. Go ahead and take a sip. Turn it on its side, back in, and then I'm just going to rotate it around in that little notch a few more times until I am happy with it. And then you just trim off the end of your wire. And you've got yourself a little connector, and you can use this for all sorts of different things, earrings, and we're going to do this little fun bar feature here. So I'm going to take this off of that, and I'm going to take off my bead stoppers on the long necklace, and we're going to attach these. So basically you just would do one for each color that you want. I'm going to do the blue at the top because I liked the darker green being like the deeper part of the lake and the bluer being at the top.
It's really pretty, Kristen.
Thank you. So then you just string it down like that. And I didn't get too many of this color, this really pretty like periwinkle color in the mix. So it ended up being the perfect little accent between the bars because I had just enough, just had 4 of them to go right between.
And that mix was a scoop, so which means, you know, everyone's mix is going to be a little bit different.
Right. So you can just take the idea of doing the color blocking, just separate out your mix first and see how many you have of each shape and color, and then your pattern will vary a little bit from mine. But what you can do for anchoring it is you'll have these, everyone got these in there, you'll have these adventuring beads, so everyone got those, and everyone got these exactly the same. So those will be your anchors, basically. Ha ha, boat joke, anchors. Oh, that just happened all on its own.
Oh boy.
All right, so after I have those there, we're just gonna string a little bit more to get down to my ring at the bottom. So I don't know if you need to watch me string, but maybe we can put Sarah and ours on together and we can both bead a little bit.
Leah is saying that she gets the ravioli, but when she goes around the crimp, it doesn't hold. What is she doing wrong?
Well, when you do the ravioli, that first pass is not secure yet. You really have to turn it 90 degrees after the ravioli and crimp it again. And that second pass is when it is really securing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I go around, the manufacturer says like a few more times, like 4 or 5 more times. And so I go around a few more times, even after that second pass, to really secure it down.
We laugh a lot while we work. That's how we work and we laugh all day long.
I just saw that comment. That's great. Yeah, we laugh. I mean,
we have been here together for so long.
And I know we've told this story before, but when Sarah and I first worked together, for those of you that may not have heard this, we used to have lunch in the lunchroom together because we worked in different departments at a previous bead company. And we would have lunch together and we would just be in the lunchroom hysterical laughing, and we didn't even know what. And people would come from the warehouse and they would come from the office or the retail store up front and they'd be like, what's going on back here? And we're like, we don't know. We're just having a good time.
Let's have the best time together. I don't know how to explain it. It just, we do.
And a lot of times it would be like one of us would start giggling, which would make the other one like a domino effect. And we would be like laughing so hard and really have no idea how it even began. Like, what were we even laughing about in the beginning? And maybe that's not even the point, right? Like, it's just the ability to just go with the laughter is fun.
For sure. I am very, very blessed to have Kristen as a coworker. And I can only hope that it lasts another 20 years because she is just wonderful to work with.
Likewise, we do complement each other very well. Ooh. All right, so now that I've got all of my beads strung and I'm happy with the length of my necklace, here's where we're going with it. So it's going to look like that. I'm going to attach these two ends of the wire to this little ring that I've got going here that I have dangles on. And I made this long enough that I'll be able to slip this over my head. So you just need to make sure that from the bar to the back of your necklace, you have it long enough to slip over. And I have to scoot some of this up on this side here. And if you don't want to slip it over, you can just add a clasp in the back instead if you don't want it to make it quite this long. So you have that option of changing the design a little bit. So when you're ready to add the ring, you just slide on a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube onto one of the strands, feed it through that ring and then back through. And then you're gonna just bring your crimp closer to your beads. Make sure to put a bead stopper on the other strand so you don't lose it when you're crimping this one. And then when you're happy with it, I always like to make sure I make my loop big enough. This can move around in there nicely. It's not too tight. You're gonna crimp again using those magical crimpers in the center, turn it 90 degrees, keep going around. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I think it's a fun piece too. Sorry if I'm missing some comments, but we'll catch them later. And then just trim off your extra. And then you do the same thing with your other side. Now, the only thing you got to make sure is that you are putting your loop for the second side of your necklace on the right side of the first. So I don't want it to go over here because it's going to twist and be in an awkward position. You want to make sure that you're getting it so that these are side by side in the way that you want it to hang.
And when you're all done, someone's requested to see your beautiful bracelet up close too.
Oh yes, I'll just kind of sneak that into the frame while I'm working right here, pulling this.
That's a bracelet project that Kristen did just recently. You can pretty easily find that on our YouTube channel as one of the most recent videos that she did.
Yeah, so I used our beads and the 2-hole beads that came in the renewal kit for this, but when I do the video, you'll see it in like purple and red colors. That is the original design, and this was the second one I made because it was just such a fun pattern. You just use those 2-hole beads. This one has the fluorite soft flex beading wire color, which comes in that Lakeside Trios, and then a little button closure and some charms, of course, added for fun.
Super cute. You could definitely make something similar with the 2-hole beads, which we have on our website in a few different colors. And then some of the mixes that are in the summer collection, you could really make something pretty similar.
All right, so there we have the bottom of our necklace. And if we have time, I'll share a little bit about those little dangles. There's those fun bars that we created, and then it just goes all the way up from there. So I'm going to let it switch to Sarah, and then I'll come back and share how to make some of these dangles if we have time.
Go ahead, because we have 10 minutes. So why don't you go ahead and keep moving?
Okay, cool. All right, so I've got a couple. What I did here on the dangles is I alternated between using the head pins that came with the kit with a little ball on the end, and we do sell more of those at softflexcompany.com if you want to grab some. They're really pretty. And then the ones with the charms I did with the dark blue lapis. So these are with the head pins, and then this is with the beading wire. So you can see you can make your connections just like that. And I just swapped it every other one. So let me show you how I did the head pin. So this one's got a little rondelle at the bottom and the aventurine above it. And just using your chain nose pliers, you're gonna go a little above the bead and make yourself a nice 90-degree angle. And this is where this tool came in handy for me because I wanted to make sure, I mean, this is a pretty decent size ring. So you got to make sure you make a loop big enough to go around that. And since I was making a few dangles, I really wanted to make sure I did my loops the same each way. So this tool has got it's got 6 different sizes of mandrels that you can choose from to create your consistent loops. And I used this one right here, the middle one on the thicker side. So I'm just going to place my dangle inside that tool like that. I've got my wire facing me, and I want to wrap it above this top loop here. I don't remember what millimeter that is. I think it might be 5 or 6. So you're going to go around, and then you could just twist your tool and pull that wire underneath to create your loop. So that makes a really nice size little dangle loop there, and that will fit nicely over my ring. Then just using my chain nose pliers, I'm going to slightly bend that so I can open it up just like so and slide it onto that ring there. Then I'm going to use my chain nose pliers to bend it back so that it's flattened out again. You can hold it with your chain nose pliers and then wrap the end piece either with your fingers or with another chain nose or a bent nose tool. Speaking of bent nose, we just loaded a bent nose tool onto our website, and I got it in my hands for the first time. I've never used a bent nose plier before, and I can see how helpful that can be to get into tight places. So I'm I did use them on my dangles when I was doing them on my own, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with that tool yet. So I got to play with it a little bit more. Trim off, and then use your chain nose pliers to tuck in the end.
This design will work with the bead soup stash too. Gemstone chips and nuggets are always hard to design for. This is an awesome idea, Kristen.
Fantastic. You know, I'm like the queen of bead soup, I think, because I just love bead soup mixes, and that's what, like, this was a great one for bead soup as well. Yeah, I think they're just so much fun to be able to play with a variety of shapes and styles in a color scheme like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. And Melissa says, I love the neck mess type pendants.
Yes. So pretty, and it's got our cute little charms on there, and you got in the kit one of each, and I didn't want to put double. I wanted to really make it like one of the compass and one of the anchor. So when I put together the earrings, I thought it would be fun to just alternate it here as well. So you got a little bit of a mix and match, and I kept my beads the same, but you can even mix and match the beads, just keeping your colors similar.
Super cute. I'm going to show you guys how that purple and turquoise bracelet turned out, and then we can talk about our big giveaway. So stick with us till the end so you can hear about it. So I finished it while Kristen was doing her demonstration. And look, I'm so excited about this color mixture.
It's super so pretty.
Yeah, it was
summery.
Off my radar. You VIBers are geniuses. I should pull you more often.
You really, yeah, because it just like we share things that you might not think of. You guys share things we don't think of. It's a give and a take, right? So.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go to all frames here so that we can talk a little bit. Okay, so our big giveaway is on Instagram. And we've been working really hard to build our Instagram account in the last year. I do Instagram Reels there, which are 30-second tutorials at least once a week, sometimes more than once a week, and sometimes Kristen does them too. So we have content there that we're not sharing anywhere else. We're very close to having 10,000 subscribers. And that's a pretty big deal on Instagram because it unlocks some extra things that we can do through our Instagram account that we can't do yet. And so I am asking for you to do me a big favor. If you're not following us on Instagram, please go follow us and then look for our giveaway, which I think Kristen already posted before we got started today.
I did. So I posted it onto our Instagram page already. So you'll see it right there. And then I'll post it also in the group here right after our video. So just to remind you and tell you what we're talking about.
To enter to win, you're going to comment and you're going to tag 3 of your friends that may not already follow Softflex. And then they'll see it, and hopefully they also will tag 3 friends, and so on and so forth. And we're going to leave it up for about a week. Is that right, Kristen?
We are. So we're going to choose a winner next Friday, June 18th.
Next Friday. We're going to just do one winner if it's just a few entries, but if we get a lot of entries, we will multiply winners. And so if, we get a ton of entries, we may do 3 winners or 5 winners, or we'll see how it goes. So if you can,
so the more excitement and the more posting we see over there, if it gets to be a bigger pool of people entering, we want to give you guys some more prizes. So
definitely. So we're really excited. Please help us unlock that 10,000 subscriber milestone. It's really, really important to us. What else do we need to say? We've got our great discounts going on the website. Get those free crystals. I just broke mine open, so I'm probably going to toss them everywhere. Get those free crystals. I did an Instagram reel on the Great Bead Extravaganza's Instagram as well, using those crystals with a tiara cast moth. So you can go follow the Great Bead Extravaganza on Instagram while you're there too, and you'll find this project in a 30-second form there to look at. Oh, I meant to show you guys this. Do I have time? What do I have? I have
You
1
have a
minute.
minute.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to be working with a designer to show you guys how to not, like really not, using Softflex beading wire between your beads.
That is going to be amazing.
Instead of using thread, you can use Softflex, which is a marine quality stainless steel beading wire, super strong, between your crystals and stone beads, which are really abrasive and can break through that thread. So we're really, really excited about this. We're going to have a big live beading party about this in August. I'm sorry we have to wait so long, but we have just so much going on. But I wanted to give you guys like a sneak peek at how neat this is. And you can use all the colors. You can use turquoise or red between those beads to make your knot. And I am jazzed, as you can tell.
That's super exciting. Yeah, really cool.
Really exciting. Yeah.
I don't know how to put my, there we go. I just want to show you guys on the neck piece for a second, just so you can see how this beauty will hang. Oh, I'm so excited to wear this. These colors are awesome. And
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, do we have anything else to say? Because if not, I just want to do a little quick silver silk shout out real fast.
I just want to double check. I think we talked about everything.
You double check, and I'm just going to share this necklace really quickly. So our friend Nile is up after us. He is introducing some new flat mesh of silver silk, and I have this really fun design that I did where I connected it with the Softflex craft wire. These are the tiara cast hammered rings you can find at our website, softflexcompany.com, and then just created the bottom part on Softflex with the tassel. It's really fun, super comfortable to wear in the back, and I know he's debuting a whole bunch of new colors right after us. So I just wanted to give a little silver silk and Softflex love.
Yeah, so that'll be at 2:15. So you get a little break in between. I'm going to go comment on Andrew's post, so you can read that and comment there if you want to, and then go to Instagram and enter our giveaway. And of course, you can always stop by our website anytime, place your order, and get those free crystals while they last. And again, you can get multiples. So 3 trios, 3 strands of crystals. 5 trios, 5 strands of crystals. And then the 2 discounting is there as well. I think that's it. We had so much fun. Thank you for being here today and enjoying the Lakeside kit. And join us again Monday for Kristen at 2 o'clock.
Not this Monday, though.
Not this Monday, next Monday.
Next Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
This Monday she's taking a break, but next Monday she will be there with the Lakeside kit again, and she's at 2 o'clock. And whether you watch us on Facebook or YouTube, does not matter. We go to both. And then I will be there on Wednesday with the Lakeside kit, and I'm going to go do an Instagram reel right now, probably with some Lakeside materials as well. So
awesome.
Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Lots of love. Happy beading.
Enjoy the rest of the Great Bead Extravaganza. It really is just such a beautiful community, and thank you for being a part of it.